and in a different place or even higher place if I didn't have someone pulling me down? The answer would be fucking yes. The answer would be yes. And I share this because I feel like, you know, a lot of times when we talk about like relationships, especially between like cisgender men and women, right? Like, and in those dynamics and those roles, like a lot of times we want to talk about how men are leaders and, you know, they have these, this way that's protective and provides safety. And let me tell you, like, I believe there are truly masculines out there that do that. They do. I believe it exists. I've experienced it. But when I tell you that when a counterpart or your reflection or your person that you are coupled with is, especially as a masculine, for a very fruitful feminine woman. When I say fruitful and feminine, I'm not saying, because I tell people all the time, femininity is not marked by how dainty and docile. I mean, no, like when a woman is in her femininity, she's in the most fluid of her expression of her feelings with safety. She's in her creativity with safety. She's in so much with so much safety and so much authenticity and so much freedom, where there's not a lot of resistance. There's just a lot of grace and there's just a lot of ease. And so when you have energy, especially a masculine person, I'm going to say masculine person because I don't want to use the word counterpart lightly, because there's a difference between having a person in your life and having a counterpart and having a partner and having an equally yoked energy, right? So when you don't have, not even just a masculine meaning like a man, when you don't have a protective or safe or someone who's authoritative, meaning like secure, confident, life-giving around you, that shit can take you so out of your power and so out of your energy and so out of your creativity. And it creates like this stagnancy where spirit is not flowing because your love for self is not flowing a lot. And, you know, I say this because, I don't want to get emotional, but like, I really look back, like, y'all don't know. Like, and I say this because I feel like sometimes you have to go through things and experience them in order to be able to teach them. But when I tell you, like, my body feels less pressure, my body feels less pain. Like, I was experiencing so much excruciating back pain, and I was feeling pressure on my body, and I was feeling tired all the time, and I couldn't sleep at night. And I had to realize that the moment that I got rid of a person whose energy was so stagnating to me, that when I released it, my power started coming back to me. And I say this because there's some of you probably watching this who has this going on in your life, and you're like, fuck, why does it feel like there's a 10,000 pound weight on you? And that's because you're taking on someone else's self-loathing. You're taking on someone's self-hate. Like, I got to the point where even, I'm gonna be honest, I started looking at photos of myself and my face was changing and it was putting on weight, and I felt less attractive and my body wasn't where I want, like, and it goes back to say, like, if you're gonna be doing that bad in a relationship, you can fucking do bad by yourself. You know what I'm saying? You can do bad by your fucking self. And I had to realize that, wow, the universe puts you through these karmic lessons to trust your intuition, to trust your power, to stay in your power, and make sure that you're not holding yourself back. Because I remember getting to a place where I was like trying to put fire under this person, and I'm like, was only putting the fire so hard under that person because I felt like they were holding me back, and I felt like they were weighing me down. And so, you know, a lot of times, women's rightful place in the family of the conscious collective is not for us just to mother these motherfuckers, like mother these men. It's not for us to use just our life energy or our creative energy just to take care of these, like today, like even I went and got my feet done, right? I went and got my feet done, and I was looking at these men like getting their feet done and taking care of themselves, and I just remember being like so empathetic, so compassionate, so caring to an ex-partner whose feet were just so fucking diseased, like disgusting, like rotting flesh in between the toes, can't tell the fungus from the nail, from the skin, and him not caring and me caring so much. And I'm like, why do I fucking care more than you care? And I'm telling you to put antifungal on that shit just once a day for yourself, and you can't do it, but then you can cover it up with shoes because you spent a lot of money. And I had to realize, like, this is the condition of this person's minds. This person is sick because they're so superficial that as long as they can hide something and what seems in plain sight is healthy to them to show other people, to be fake in other people's face, that's what they care about. They don't care about what's rotting underneath. And what I recognize, and a lot of times I was trying to get them to recognize, I was like, this is not my vibration. I'm not that person. How can I be queen fucking shadow worker who goes to the nooks and the crannies and the depths and into the dumpster fires in order to heal shit, not only within myself, but help other people with that? And I'm with a person who doesn't want to do that. Who doesn't want to fucking do that. And it's like, why do you care? And I had to realize that an energy like that didn't belong in my life. And there's times as women, I think we have to go through that to realize to never do that shit again, to understand when something is not a vibrational match. Because let me tell you something, dog. When a vibrational match for you, a vibrational and a yoked counterpart steps into your life, baby, they're not going to make you do bad by yourself. They're going to encourage you. The energy is going to be fluid. The energy is going to be collaborative. It's not going to be compromising. It's not going to be fucking draining. And so I'm saying this as like, there's so many women who are feeling out of their power and not taking their fucking rightful place on the throne of the collective consciousness beyond just being some fuck motherfucker's girl or some motherfucker's little wifey, whatever have you, because the mother, like, that motherfucker takes you out of your power. Okay? You know, I'm looking at someone in the comments saying, I haven't eaten all day, yet I'm bloated, right? A whole stress belly. Let me tell you something. I have not been as bloated as I was when I was with my ex. I'm telling you, like, I need women to understand we are such energetic beings. And we are so connected in so many ways, right? We're like so connected where our bodies bleed with the fucking moon, right? And we're so in sync with this earth, and we become more in sync with this earth the more in sync we are with ourselves. And we have to not underestimate how energetically we take on things. I'm telling you, you know, like, I was bloated. I had pain. Like, literally the past 2 weeks, the back pain I had on my right side, on my masculine side, it was 222 on the counter, as I said. Like, It is dissipating. Like, I have not been able to deadlift a decent weight in like 3 years. And in the past week, when I tell you the pain has dissipated, and not only dissipated because I got rid of someone, but because also, you know, I just shared a dump just now. Because this motherfucker, right before the eclipse, sent me an email trying to intimidate me. Why are you talking about me? Why are you talking about me on the internet? Why are you talking about my family? Because I have freedom of speech, motherfucker. And what Spirit told me was, you know what you need to do? You need to stand up for yourself. You need to stand up for yourself as authentically as possible whilst being as kind as possible. And again, right, like, kindness is not a fucking monolith. Like, kindness is not people pleasing. Kindness is not pacifying someone. And so I said what had to be said, which honestly was some shit I've been holding on my chest for months. And when I tell you, I said it with my whole chest, as kind as possible. This person tried to come back and try to play in my face and try to say things to make me feel bad about myself. And I was like, I see this exactly for what it is. And then now their new person tried to, because I CC'd their new person, because I was like, whatever I got to say to you now is their business too. Because when I talk to you, I address both y'all now. So y'all gonna both be in this mix because y'all both wanted to bring fucking Jerry Springer, Maury ass type shit to my life. So what I found was, even in the moments of this energy coming at me to try and keep me in this very masculine, let me come for your jugular, let me whatever, I found myself becoming even more feminine in that, where I was like, you know what? I'm just releasing so much energy from my heart space, so much grief, because you can still be strong yet soft. And in the end, standing on my square, saying the shit I need to say with my whole fucking chest, I got an apology. And the truth of the matter is, you know, for me, I really don't take narcissistic people's apology at face value. You can't, because, you know, some of them are only doing that shit to save face so that they could get some type of grace with you. But what I recognized was, like, I was proud of myself because I stood on my square and I got the fucking apology that I deserved from the fucking beginning. From the fucking beginning. Like, that's the respect I deserved from the beginning. I advocated for myself, and in that, I got exactly what I deserved. And a bit of accountability that was not there forever. And so a small win is a small win, right? Because I wasn't expecting it. I didn't give a fuck. All I gave a fuck about was getting the grief and the things that I was holding in my heart off my chest, so I can get back into a happier, more fluid, feminine space where I no longer have to use rage as the main fuel in order to process things. So you see, now as I'm sitting here and I'm talking about this, I could talk about this from a very more stable space, from the seat of my consciousness, from the seat of a lot of emotional stability. And so again, you know, a lot of women, and I'm quite sure there's women in here right now who are on the verge of fucking exploding. I feel it. Like, I feel like there's a lot of sisters that might be in here. You are at your brink, and you might be in a situation where you're at your brink and you're feeling like it is time for you to have some healthy self-respect. It's time for you to have healthy self-love. It's time for you to have a firm, unshakable fucking confidence, and really use your your gifts and your talents and your abilities that God's placed inside of you, to be in your power, to be in a way that really allows you your fucking place in the collective consciousness. And I'm going to tell you, it is so hard to do that with somebody who doesn't see it. You know, and you gotta be real careful, because motherfuckers will say that they see it, but I've been talking about this a lot, but they don't respect it. They see it, but they don't really respect it. They see it, but they're jealous of it. They see it and they want to abuse it. They see it and they don't want to take care of it. They see it and they don't want to protect it. Let me tell you something. It is not the time for many women, especially women who want to be in heteronormative fucking relationships with men. It's not time to be in a situation where you with somebody and you doing double bad. How the fuck you gonna be down bad? How you 1 + 1 = -10? How the fuck 1 + 1 = -10? 1 + 1 needs to equal 1,000, because again, when you are with someone who is a protective, life-giving, authoritative, confident, self-respecting, and matches you vibrationally, that energy becomes supportive in you taking your rightful place in the collective consciousness family. And again, beyond just being a mother or a little wifey. Nah, like, who the fuck is you, bitch? Who the fuck is you, bitch? You know what I'm saying? And what I really loved, let me tell you something. What I really loved when my ex emailed me and tried to intimidate me is this motherfucker instead of calling me Tatiana, this motherfucker was calling me the Trap Witch, okay? Whether it was his wife messaging me, calling me that shit, or him, because he thought he was funny calling me Trap Witch. And so he was like, when you call me a sociopathic narcissist, make sure you put husband and father on the end of it. And I told him, I said, remember then when you call me the Trap Witch, remember I was the only motherfucker in your life advocating for you, standing up for you, breathing life into you when everybody else was shitting on you. So when you tell the story about the motherfucking Trap Witch because you want to say that, remember the same rage and anger and frequency and energy that you got a fucking problem with right now was the bitch that you were so happy to have fucking riding in your corner, but you didn't know what the fuck to do with it. Because baby, when motherfucker don't know what to do with a weapon, they're gonna fumble it every time. They're gonna fumble it every time. And you have to understand that some of you are weapons. Some of you are feminine energies that have a rightful place in the collective family consciousness due to this creative energy, but you cannot get in your Empress era because you don't have a fucking emperor. Baby, how the fuck you gonna get in your Empress? How you gonna get in your Empress if you ain't got an emperor? How you gonna get in your Empress if you ain't got an emperor? Okay? And one thing I had to learn very quickly, and it goes back to the saying all the time, right? How the fuck you expect to build a kingdom with somebody who only craves attention from the village and the crowd? Right? You can't have a counterpart who don't know their energy, and over here acting like a fucking court jester, playing up in everybody's face because they're insecure, they're not confident, they don't know how to protect themselves, they don't know how to protect you. No, baby. You can't be in your Empress era when you don't have an emperor. And let me tell you something, okay? On my altar over there, okay? On my altar over there sits Oshun, sits my vessel of Oshun. And you know what 2 cards are sitting in front of Oshun? The High Priestess and the Empress, because that's the energy I want to be in. I want to be in my Divine Feminine. I want to be, and again, right? Divine Feminine doesn't mean weak. It doesn't mean that you're not embodying your strength, right? But I'm telling you, when you are talking to men that are not providers or safe or confident or secure, they're going to push you into your fucking hyper masculinity. And you're going to be over there thinking, I can't be feminine. I can't be receptive. I can't be this. I can't be that. No, baby, you can't be in your empress because he's not a fucking emperor. Period. That's all it is. You know? Someone asks, what do you do if you are single to have an emperor, or does it have to be a partner? No, you don't have to have a partner, but one thing I could tell you is that you need to sit in your queendom. One of the things that one of my astrologers, because I have many of them that I'm working with, one of my astrologers, her name is the Auric Life. She's fucking amazing. I had a reading with her at the beginning of the year. Her